What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and I thought I would do a little video talking about, well, whatever happened today. There wasn't much that happened today, but I wanted to do some sort of recap, kind of give my thoughts of the no news. Now, there was a little something, so let me kind of just say my opinion of today, talk about kind of my predictions, and then we'll talk about what happened. One thing happened, and that's really all you can point to, but it's, in my opinion, it's good news, and we'll talk about why. So, it was a long day of waiting. Nothing happened, right? Everybody, at the time I'm recording, once you see Camille and Ben Shu and all that stuff walking out, it's not happening today. So I can't, now, okay, here's the thing. I was about to say, and I still will say it for the record, I can't imagine tomorrow goes by and there's no verdict. But I'm pretty sure I said that about today. So I don't want to come across like I'm unaware of my own statements, right? Or that the fact that I could be wrong. Yes, that is a possibility. I know I could be wrong. I know these are just my thoughts, my predictions. I can't imagine. It feels like they're getting somewhere. At the same time, maybe they aren't getting somewhere. So I hope it's tomorrow. I really hope and pray. Actually, because of other stuff that's going on in the world or in I'm looking down at my calendar, entertainment-wise, I cover other stuff. Thursday is actually a big day for gaming-wise, so I really hope it doesn't invade, because that'll be quite the toss-up of like, well, I have to cover both, and I don't even know how I'm going to humanly do. I don't even know how my body can actually do two things at once in that way. So hopefully tomorrow. Now, there wasn't anything that happened today besides, and let's talk about this, one thing. The jury had a question. Now, that doesn't immediately jump out or should strike you as anything massive, but the question was talking about the title of the op-ed. And the question was talking about if the title, or if the question in the jury forms refer to the entirety of the article or just the title. Now, the thing with this is, and I want to pull this up and I want to give the proper person credit. There's a Twitter account called ~B, and what they say is, by asking this question, so again, I want to make sure I'm aware, or I'm making sure that you guys know I'm aware that these are just my opinions and that, I could be reading into this wrong. The fact that they asked the question seems to mean that they answered yes on the first form. So let's take a look at this form really quickly. This is the first question. This is the beginning, or that you look at the beginning. I spoke up against blank, 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 right? Do you find that Mr. Depp has proven all the elements of defamation? Answer yes or no. If the answer to 1A is no, please proceed to question 2. If you answered yes, then fill out the rest. And when you look through these, the statement was made or published by Miss Heard. The statement was about Mr. Depp. The statement was false. So I really think there's something here to, I believe, the question they were. So again, it kind of was a direct question, but it wasn't to any specific question that was asked on the jury form. But the jury just had a general question of like, hey, what's going on here? The thing you have to ask yourself, and this is, I will say this, I will definitely give this to anybody. By asking the question, clearly there's something going on. I don't know necessarily what, so you can make your own conspiracy theories and draw your own angles, which I'm sure people have, but the general idea of them asking a question does mean something happened. Does mean they talked about it, does mean there was a hang-up somewhere, means they answered something or didn't answer, and I think the most likely result or candidate is that they did answer yes, that the statement, that he proved it, and then they're going through the individual other items. Now, by the way, I don't know if you actually have to answer the other items. I'm pretty sure just those big yes ones are the most important ones. I don't necessarily know how it works, though, but I think, and again, I will put this out on record, I think that's a good sign. I think it's a good sign they asked that question, because I do feel like that means the answer was yes. Also, this is definitely reading into it, so again, it could be right or wrong. By them asking that question, they're going through it. So, like, they're answering questions in that form. Now, I don't know what they were doing for the 2 hours Friday and approximately 4 hours today. I don't know what those 6 hours consisted of, maybe making sure everybody was on the same page. But see, there's the conspiracies. There's the wonder of what they were actually doing, because we know, based off that question, that they're now answering the form. But again, now you have to read into, and that's what this entire video is about, right? I know I keep repeating myself. We don't know. We literally do not know. But the idea is now they're answering questions. And because they're going through the form, answering the yeses or nos, questions arise, which to me would signal they're kind of on the same page. They're on the same page of, and I know the judge literally said, one of the first things the judge told them on Friday, which I don't really love because I actually kind of disagree, but maybe there's science that proves me wrong. She said, in terms of mentality of like what you should do, she literally read out, you shouldn't ask for like, raise of hand. You shouldn't do that. Instead, you should start to try to like break it down, get a general vibe, and look at the evidence and go from there. I don't agree because I think there's something kind of like primal. And again, this is my opinion. I think there's something almost primal about they're all sitting there. They all go to the back. They anoint their foreman or foreperson, and they say, what do we think? Who's on Team Johnny? Raise your hand. The judge basically told them not to do that. Now, here's the deal. They don't have to listen to a goddamn word she said. They literally don't have to listen to that. But maybe they did. Maybe they did, and I guess that's kind of my point, right? I actually like the idea of them going back and just saying, and I also don't think there's anything wrong with that. Going back and saying, all right, look, we don't have to answer the defamation part. We don't have to start filling this out yet. We don't have to start thinking about the damages numbers, how much, either of them get. Who do you believe? Who believes generally Johnny Depp? Raise your hand. I feel like that's kind of fine. I feel like that's kind of what you should do almost, right? Because it's like, because then you can be like, okay, we got 5 people that generally believe him, 2 people that generally believe her, or 5 that do and 2 that don't really believe either, right? Like that stuff could happen. And then I think and here's the deal, maybe they did do that. Maybe they did. And then the last couple hours, because here's another thing, let's just keep adding. Another thing you could possibly read into it is there's got to be a hang-up somewhere. There literally has to be. Otherwise, and again, this isn't even a conspiracy, because if there's not a hang-up, if there's not somebody kind of battling or some sort of confusion or some sort of combativeness, they would have just gone through and answered yes or no, bam, bam. You can answer that form in a couple minutes because you're literally just writing the words yes, 3 letters, or no, 2, and then you sign the name at the back with a foreman, and then you put the date. That's all. That's literally all you have to do. So factually, there has to be a hang-up. Now, that is a little scary, but the idea, and again, okay, so combine that. There probably is somebody who doesn't believe him, which is stupid. Okay, I'll be the one. I'll be the brave soul to say it. Bad. Okay, so you have maybe 1 to 2 people, and that's just a guess. Maybe it's 3, maybe it's 1. So you have that many people that don't buy it, and then the rest do. So that's probably the hang-up. Now, here's the deal, though. Combine that with what we just the beginning of this video, the fact that they probably, based off intuition, answered yes to that first question. Okay, so let's put it all together. Final theory. Here's what we're going to say. Here's what I'm going to say. They got together. They talked for 2 hours on Friday, a couple hours today. There were 1 to 2 people that weren't convinced. Within today, they got them. Now, after that was done, now that took a long time because those people had their feet in the sand. After that happened, they started going down the forums, and then they got confused, and they had to ask a question. That's what I feel like Now, by the way, the question, from when the question was asked to when they probably left, was like another 4 hours. So I feel like they're going to make good headway in those things. And by the way, let me say this, because I know there's a little bit of confusion. Johnny Depp does not need to win all 3. He really only needs to win 1. The easiest, I think, to prove is the one that they maybe answered yes to already, the title. The title is the most damning one. The title is an easy one. Then you have the 2 statements, one of which I think is easier to buy than the other one is, even though, by the way, I believe all of them in terms of his side. But I feel like he can win at least 1, if not 2. Hopefully all 3, but if not 1 to 2. And that's, by the way, it's all you need. You don't need all three. You need one. You need one, and then you need 0 of 3 for Amber. So Amber's counterclaims, there's 3, need to be turned down, all of them. And then Johnny Depp only needs to win 1, and then you can, by the way, you can still do damages. So he can win 1 out of 3, and you can still award him $7 million, $14 million, whatever number you want to choose. So I want to make sure that's not confusing anymore. That's the idea there. So, all right, that's it. It's been a joy. It's been a blast. Tomorrow, like I said, I mean, I did a live stream a few days ago. Tomorrow, God, I hope, right, that the verdict comes in. I can't imagine it won't, but again, I think I said that for today. So hopefully it comes in tomorrow. If it does, or when it does, I should say, when it does, I'm going to be live streaming. We'll go up. They'll do the verdict. I will cry. I will be angry. I will be happy, whatever happens. And then I'll get off, and then I'll probably do a video so it can cement itself on the YouTube history books forever. That's probably what we'll do, okay? So tomorrow, hopefully, we can see each other live, and we can do all that kind of stuff, all right? Let me know what you feel today. Let me know your thoughts and all that stuff. Make sure you're subscribed, bell icon turned on, so you know when these videos go up, and I hope to see you all on tomorrow's videos.